Yeah, guys, I'm at a time in my life where a lot of things that I used to think was like really bad now is starting to sound like a good idea. I give you guys an example. This whole thing about being chipped, it's kind of like when you see that sabotage like this can be done to somebody's life over inheritances and stuff like this, and fraud and stuff like this. Unless we live in a system that benefits off fraudulent things like this happening, which we know it does, but still, if you wanted the problem solved with fraud and identity theft, then people would simply have to be chipped. However, maybe there could be a situation where you still could commit fraud even if people were chipped, right? Nevertheless, it's just an idea. Like maybe people really do need to be chipped because I can't understand for the life of me how in the hell can you have people in the justice system going along with stuff like this and participating in fraudulent things against the population of people. Okay, this is like, how could you trust any law official knowing that stuff like this could happen? Okay, well, we all know it's because of greed, it's because of money. But the question is here: can chipping people stop this stuff? Well, I mean, you have to know, well, who's gonna have access to the mainframe of the chips, right? Possibility that it won't do any help at all. It could make it worse. I haven't really gone over the whole thing about in my mind, but obviously it would be, well, who's in control of the mainframe of the chips. Well, I mean, it would have to be. Well, I think it would be better. I don't think it'd be perfect. Um, nothing's really perfect in this world. But I think it would definitely stop it in a sense. Whereas you can't have all these different districts and municipals doing all this fraudulent shit against the population of people. Okay, never in my life have I all of a sudden started thinking seriously about 15-minute cities and chipping people. I mean, I thought all this stuff was terrible, but after this situation and all the people that's involved getting hurt and stuff like this, if this is what it takes to keep people safe, I mean, really safe, not pretend safe, to keep people really safe. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day. I was telling them how when I was growing up, I didn't, you used to see a police car like every 2 hours. Now it's like you see a police car every freaking 2 minutes. It's like you're living in a goddamn war zone. You don't feel safe. You feel constricted. You feel like you can't do anything without some police watching what you're doing, and it just makes you feel like constricted. It makes you question whether you should even be living in the country that you live in. The country that you live in is not safe anymore. It's not sustainable. It's not livable. It's not comfortable. It's constricting. And whether you're doing something wrong or you're not doing something wrong, nobody wants cops to be looking at everything you're doing. It's a police state now. Then you got not only that, you got the cameras, watch everything you goddamn do. You feel constricted. You see. But just to close it out, guys, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about 15-minute cities, and of course you want people to travel, you want people to have a good time, you want people to be free and all this type of stuff. But okay, it's like, I don't know, you got a lot of cliches out there as far as sacrificing freedom for safety. Uh, but you have to sacrifice freedom for safety. If people are getting hurt and you got crooked law officials, you have to sacrifice your freedom for safety. I mean, that's the logical thing to do if you want your kids to grow up in a safe environment, which I'm pretty sure everybody does. Because it's all about the children, right? Allegedly, it's all about the children, the world that they're gonna grow up in. You want them to be safe. If you can't keep track of what the hell these people are doing and all this corruption that's going on, and that's the whole thing. There's so many different jurisdictions and municipals and counties and this and that. It's too many people to have power and control. It needs to be a centralized power structure. I think that's what chipping in 15-minute cities would do. It might seem it can seem like it's how you say it would seem like a dictatorship. Okay, that's exactly what it seems like is a dictatorship. But either you're gonna have a centralized dictatorship, or you're gonna have a bunch of fucking demons going crazy, aka Democrats, in all these different places running around with they chickens with a head cut off, and nobody can figure out what the hell is going on until years later after all the crimes had happened. So it has to be, it has to be a centralized dictatorship. It just has to be. Shipping, 15-minute cities, all that. It has to be done.